species that go either way. Remember what those two are? So the habitats. Oh, this guy should be over here. But wait. So the California halibut occurs in both a left and a right eye, and it's 60-40 within natural stock. So you do want to be careful about that. And there is an easy way to tell if you're dealing with a halibut. The only other one that we regularly get that can be left or right-eyed is that guy. Okay.
Which one?
This guy.
Oh, it's the two eye spots.
Dober.
So the second thing that you look at is some sort of physical feature that screams what it is. And so the two oculi, it's the fantail sole. And the California halibut and the fantail sole can be either right-eyed or left-eyed. So, beginning with this one, and it has a feature that none of these others have, or doesn't have. It doesn't have a feature that the others have.
Tail fin.
Yeah, no caudal fin. So which one is this?
Tongue fin.
Tonguefish.
Looks like a tongue.
Looks like a tongue. And there was a guy who died, he choked to death because he put a live one in his mouth. If you feel on this surface, the scales are pretty smooth. They're rough one way and very smooth the other. When they're alive, they're pretty slick, but the scales are pretty rough, and you put it in his mouth to show off, and that was it.
The wrong way. If you would have put it in the correct way, could you?
Oh, he
You
would
could
have
swallow it.
Yeah.
That's why the birds flip them around.
Yeah.
All right. This guy has another key feature that jumps out at you right away. And whenever you see a flatfish with a dark line for the gut, and this is primarily because of how and what it feeds, well, this is a Dober sole. Another one with a really easy to identify feature is this guy. This is one of 3 species of sand dab that we have off of our coast. And so you look at the length of the pectoral fin, it extends to between the eyes. And so what kind of sand dab is this?
Long fins.
Long fin sand dab. Here's its cousin. Looks like it, but doesn't have the long pectoral fin.
Short fin.
The Pacific. That would make it easy. The Pacific sand dab. And here's its other cousin. And generally shallower, generally in bays. So this is the speckled sand dab. So you got speckled, Pacific, and long.
What was the characteristic for this one?
The long straight lateral line, and it's left-eyed and kind of nondescript otherwise. Sometimes it has dark dorsal and anal fin. That's not the best character.
And then the speckle?
Mm-hmm. Looks like a sand dab with lots and lots of spots, and will generally be smaller than all of those.
Some smaller.
So I have this guy in a long pile. Throw him over here. Here. This one's really cute. And so for these guys, the dorsal and anal fins have a specific shape. And so which flatfish is this? Yeah, which one? Diamond turbot. Okay. What's this one again?
That was like speckle. No.
California halibut.
Yeah.
And it's the only flatfish that we regularly encounter with obvious teeth. And we have 2 live ones in the tray, and the large teeth. It's a giveaway.
Which one was that?
California
halibut.
large teeth.
Large teeth.
So can we see the difference between this one and that one?
Left
They
eye
kind of
and
look the same.
right eye.
Oh yeah. And in fact, The halibut used to be in the same family with the sand downs, but they were separated because they have physiological differences. But the large teeth is a dead giveaway for these two.
Sorry, for the diamond turbot, what kind of specific fins was it? The pointed-
Dorsal and anal fin give the body shape. Looks like a diamond. Is this a halibut? I mean, it looks like a halibut, but it's not. It has much larger eyes and a big mouth with very small teeth, and so this is a big mouth sole.
Big mouse.
Big mouth sole.
Sorry, you said large teeth.
Small, very small.
Very small teeth.
Very small teeth. Large eyes.
Large
Eyes are
eyes.
much larger. And they're close. They're close set. In fact, you can.
So,
Big mouse.
Which is great.
Cramposis. Is this a halibut? Okay, this is a halibut, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay. This one went to the beach and laid out, and this one, no. So this guy is a ride-eyed flatty. This is the slender sole. And it looks an awful lot like a sand dab. In fact, the lateral line arrangement is the same. The coloration of the gut is the same. The big difference is that the tissues preserve a slightly different color, kind of a pinkish, and it's right-eyed. So this is slender
What
sole.
does it look like?
Sand dab.
Looks like a sand dab. Ooh, this one has really good characters. Okay.
Speckled.
Spotted turbot.
Spotted.
We don't want to confuse the spotted turbot with
Horny.
the horny head turbot. Okay. They both have spines between the eyes, but the horny head has more prominent spines. And even those smaller ones, you can hang from that ocular horns. Okay. This guy, you can actually see the eye, the dorsal side eye from the back side. It has a pointy snout. So this is the English sole. Also called the lemon sole, but English sole. Skinny snout, you look for the skinny face, the large eye, and then you look at it from this side, and you hey, I can see the eye from this side. This is an English sole. This guy, kind of tricky. No distinguishing characters, and it's one that we got early on. This is a CO turtle. So it doesn't have an obvious spine, doesn't have obvious spots around the caudal fin, but in larger individuals there is darker array on the caudal fin rays, and a spot. Hasn't developed that yet, but this is definitely a CO turtle.
And the spot would be on the tail?
Yep, CO. So there'd be a CO marking. Now it's starting to get that differentiation, but it makes it hard. But the chances are I'm not going to ask you to identify this, but you can place it into the right order. What order do all of these belong to? Order form? What class? Actinopterygii or osteic. These are all bony fish. This one is frequently confused for this one, but now that we have them side by side, you can see an important difference between the two. What do you see that's different between them?
pectoral fin.
Pectoral fin. So this is a Dover sole, right? This guy's a Rex sole. So that's a Rex sole. And the Rex sole has a more rounded head, a very prominent pectoral fin that comes to a point, and sometimes a dark dorsal and anal fin. It's a Rex sole.
slender sole. It looks like
and the other one?
Rex.
Yeah, it's a Rexel.
Yeah, he's holding the Rex also. It looks like
All right. Any questions? You know, so one of the fun things to do.
Shuffle the flatfish.
And what one's that?
Long
Okay,
fin
it's-
sand.
Long,
Long
very
fin,
good.
yeah.
Long fin. How do you know?
Long
The
fin.
long fin.
Okay, good. All right. What about this one?
Pacific. Slender soul.
No,
No.
because the slender sole is no, because that's the slender sole.
Isn't that the CO2? No, that's not the CO2.
So
The teeth.
so very minute teeth.
Oh,
Big mouth sole.
So can we look at the teeth when we have it on the package?
Oh yeah, you can handle them. I encourage you to. All right, so there's a big mouth sole, long fin sand dab. If I were to hold up this one, and here,
Oh, the eye spot.
English.
very good. English sole, very good. Pointy snout. You can see the eye back there. Look at it from the blind side. English sole. And what's this one?
Oh, that was
That's the That's not the
No.
the slender sole.
Yeah, that's a Dover sole.
Dover sole. Very good. And what's this one?
California halibut.
Large prominent teeth. Yeah, that's a halibut. What's this one? Nope. The Dover has a really long. What's this one? No, because the Rexel. Let's see the English. Pointy. Slender sole.
The Rex sole?
The Rexel. Speckle sand dab thread. Pacific sand dab, yay! So you can almost use process of elimination. Kind of a nondescript fish.
Short pectorals and
Write them all down and let me sort
Yeah.
them out.
So they look like the long fin sandals, but
Yep.
yeah, they have the short
looks like
Slender sole, very good. And this one,
speckled stand-up. No, the spotted turbot.
spotted turtle. And this
Speckled
one,
spotted.
Horny head.
now, when in doubt, pick it up. And this one, very good. And this one,
CO.
yeah, this is the CO turtle.
CO minus the CO.
Yeah, without the CO. And this one,
Sunfish.
very good. And this one,
Rex.
that was the bristle.
Rexel, good. And this one,
Dinosaur.
cute. And this one,
That was the other California, wasn't it? California halibut?
yes it is. Yes it is. And then that one.
The fantail sole.
So determine which way the eyes are going, and then go from there. Look for that identifiable character. And it's a good idea to practice. If feel free to sort through the buckets, because there is some variation within the species, the prominence of some of the characters, and you just want to be